Hello everyone, it's the Black Shadow here with a video which, if you'd have asked me 2 weeks ago if this was going to be made, I'd have said, you're completely insane, the plan is Christmas. But through a surprising turn of events over the past few days or so, I'm here to announce a new addition to the Black Shadow Incorporated family, along with this lovely microphone, dual screens, all this crazy stuff, folks. Some of you guys already know about this on the Discord server, been talking about it, but, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to... Oh, it's bloody heavy. Oh! Say hello to this thing. We have a new PC, everyone. Yes, folks, it gives me great pleasure and joy to announce that we have ourselves a brand new gaming machine that we're going to be using for the foreseeable future on the channel, replacing the old faithful one we've still got down here, and I'm recording this video on that we've had for the past 3.5 years, I think it's been, almost 4 years perhaps, since I carelessly killed the motherboard on the previous one, which is a regret I still have. It was an expensive mistake to make. But it's being retired, everyone, and through a tip-off from CM3, who I'm very incredibly grateful that he made notice of. You know, connections have been used, deals have been strung, and there may have been a sacrifice or two made to a devil in order to pay for this thing. I'm very looking forward to it. A few technical details for you as well, just in case you're interested. Is a Ryzen 7 1800X with a processor that has 8 cores of like 3.6, 3.8 gigahertz, something like that. Although the PC is capable of hyper-threading, so it's technically even more than that. 16 gigs of RAM. We got a GeForce 1070 Gaming X card, which has like 8 gigs of RAM preloaded into the card as well. Liquid cooling for the CPU. The power's been upgraded. It has lots of all cool flashy lights. And it has a 0.5 terabyte solid-state M2 drive, which is absurd, really. And I've been spending the past day or so doing lots of driver work on it with some help, getting the PC basically up and ready to run, which it basically is now. And as such, outside of the Left 4 Dead 2 stream that we did yesterday, this is basically the last thing that this current machine is ever going to record, and it's always kind of sad, really. It's not that it's dead. In fact, I intend to actually give it a little bit of a dust off and a refurb and ultimately sell this machine on to try and recoup a bit of money. It's still in pretty decent nick, to be fair, for a lot of use over 3.5 years. But regardless, yeah, it's always kind of sad when this sort of thing happens. You know, there is a... I don't know, I wouldn't say an attachment to these sort of old machines, but, you know, when you've had it for quite a while and put it through some pretty busy evenings, it's always sad to see them go. I suppose the question, though, is what exactly does this even mean for the channel, you know? Why am I actually recording this rather than just telling you this? Well, it means quite a lot, actually, more than you might reckon. First of all, I didn't actually expect this to happen until Christmas. The ultimate plan for the channel was saving up basically lots of money, and then at the back end of the year was basically to buy a machine probably not too dissimilar from the one we've got now. However, through circumstances and happenstance kind of out of my controls, it's been done now. And this is almost entirely possible made through the patrons of the channel that have supported us ever since May, June, and those that have come along since. Certainly without you guys doing what you do, it would be impossible for me to have this machine at this point. And as such, I'm hoping in the next month or so, I'm going to be planning a little bit something special for all the patrons of the channel to get involved in. So I'll get more details of that as and when I've got those. But it's been a busy few weeks. You see, there's like cables and all sorts of crazy shit over here. It's been pretty busy. As far as the actual channels, though, is concerned, this means a few things. First of all, this PC is a significant upgrade of what machine we're using with, and which means that basically, you know, proper quality videos, you know, use of full sort of 1080p, 60 frames per second videos should not be a problem. We've been able to sort of semi-manage that in the previous machine, but with some compromises, especially like XCOM 2, for example. I think to Resident Evil 2 Remake, which I had to run in 720 to get to record correctly, things like that. This machine should not have any problems in that respect, and it should all be fantastic and happy go, and everything's going to be great. I can even throw more RAM in it if I need to, though I think 16 should be plenty. There is a second side to things, though, which perhaps isn't quite so obvious, and that is regarding console work, sort of like Xbox One, PS4. You might wonder what a, nigh on nearly grand machine has got anything to do with that, folks. And you'd be surprised. Obviously, if some of you guys remember back to a couple of months ago, I did an update video where I was very generously donating, it's still over there, an Xbox One machine courtesy of Starfruit, which I'm incredibly grateful for. For that matter, we finally have a controller for it. So that's also good as well. It cost me like £3 ultimately. Amazing what trade-ins can do sometimes. Now, how this relates to this is that if you think back to Remake 2, and I talked about it a bit there, the problem we have is that the capture card I've been using, the Hop Hog that's down there somewhere, doesn't actually have the capability of recording 1080p 60, which is something I somehow missed. And basically the idea of this machine here is I intend to install on it a physical capture card directly into the device. In particular, the thing I'm looking out for is the Elgato HD60 Pro, which runs on PCI slot, and rather than like a lot of the cards I've used before where it's like done by USB, you plug it into the machine, this physically gets connected to the motherboard, so it's basically hardware on the PC, so it can make full use of all the capabilities that the machine has, and basically just rock and roll through there. That is basically the only thing that's left now, and if I can get hold of that, which I intend to do in the next couple of months or so, basically, as far as a setup is concerned, I've basically got everything I could possibly need. Not only does the machine allow us to capture 1080p 60 recordings, it should also possibly allow me to physically stream console gaming to the PC through OBS, which is what I'm using right now, and then stream that over to Twitch. Obviously, something like, say, the PS4 can do that anyways because of ownership, but the Xbox One, which I actually own, not the PS4, is obviously, that doesn't work. They're owned by Microsoft, so it'd be done via Mixer, if anything, which, of course, we have as a backup just in case. But I want everything to be on Twitch where possible. So that's basically where we stand on that, folks. Because I know it's something that we haven't done all that much of the past sort of year or so. That's partially because, obviously, the capabilities and sometimes convenience of doing stuff on PC is far greater than doing a console. I will admit this. It is certainly... The convenience of it is very, very appetizing. But it's also been a case of that I don't want to really do a lot of modern stuff if I can't record it in a quality that really satisfies it. Doing Remake 2, for example, 720 was... I didn't really want to, but if I did it in 1080, it was going to be 30 frames a second, and I figured it was the better of two evils. The plan is, hopefully, once I've actually got the capture card installed on this machine down on my left here, we will actually be returning to Resident Evil Remake. We've still got the whole Leon A. Claire B. scenarios to do, and I'll probably be getting the PS4 back off CM3, and we'll be using that as effectively test LP to see just how fucking glorious it's all going to look. It should be absolutely beautiful, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. So that's the big news out of this one. We have a new machine, and it cost plenty of money, but it was well worth the investment, folks. And assuming this doesn't conk out or anything, I should need a machine for quite a while. Quite a damn while. So, yeah, fun times ahead. I suppose while I'm here, yeah, what's going on? I might as well make a couple of extra additions. Final Fantasy Tactics is now finished as well. That finished over last week or so. So the only local recordings we're doing for the time being is XCOM 2, although there will be another local recording series that I'm looking to start in about 2-3 weeks or so. We're obviously doing our streaming still going on. We're currently embarking on... We've still Left 4 Dead 2 at the moment. That's going on Twitch on Tuesdays. We're currently embarking on doing the Expert Realism campaigns for pretty much everything going on. We started the first of those yesterday with Shotgun Jam, Pistol Pete, Fruy, Cormag, a couple others, etc., etc., etc. And we cracked through the first thing of those. We got 2 more streams of those planned, being the Monday coming, because I'm away next Tuesday. So that is the 29th, I think it is. And then the Tuesday afterwards, we'll be looking to finish it off. And that might well be all the Left 4 Dead we'll be doing for the time being. We'll be moving on to some other title. I haven't quite decided yet. And then also on Saturday this week. Is it Saturday? No, it's Friday even. My apologies. It's been that kind of week, as I'm sure you can gather. We'll be returning Fallout 2, which will be live on Twitch. And we'll be resuming with that campaign. We've got ourselves a bit of a pickle with trying to free Vic from the slavers, although I've had some suggestions and ideas of what we can do to get around this, although it's still going to be tricky because our character does kind of suck, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, that's pretty much everything for this video, and so I will thank you very much for watching. Hope you all enjoy. Hope you all enjoy it. The PC when it comes out. To say, I've got a very busy evening ahead. Pretty much by the time this video goes up, I'm taking the hard drive out of this machine, putting it in that one, beginning to transfer everything. I have got a lot of work ahead of me, but booting up with a solid state drive, very satisfying, very fucking quick. So take care of yourselves, folks. We will be having another proper, more channel update in a couple of weeks or so when things are up and running a bit more. But yeah, promising things on the horizon. It's going to be quite a fun summer. See you kids then.